Happy New Year and welcome to Cars Yeah, show number 1196. It's 2019.
Those who beat to their own drum shape the world.
This is Cars Yeah, where you'll enjoy interviews with inspiring automotive enthusiasts. Mark Green is here to provide you with a fuel injection of automotive inspiration. So get in, sit down, buckle up, and get ready for a wild ride here on Cars Yeah.
Happy New Year and hello, automotive enthusiasts. I am revved up and so excited to introduce today's very special guest, calling in from Nova Scotia, Chad Hiltz, otherwise known as Bad Chad. Chad, are you buckled up and ready for a fun ride?
Well, I'm sitting down.
That's a good start. Absolutely. Chad Hiltz, known as Bad Chad, is the star of Discovery Channel's new show, Bad Chad Customs. He runs a hand-built automotive custom shop in Nova Scotia, and he is an artist like none other. Chad's one-of-a-kind creations spring from his imagination, using skills and resourcefulness to build cars using parts from everything, including boats and airplanes and even an old locker. Part MacGyver, part Willy Wonka. If Chad can imagine it, he will find a way to build it. He had a neighbor who once said Chad could build a Bugatti out of a chicken coop. That's cool. His new TV show, Bad Chad Customs, will debut today, January 1st, 2019, on the Discovery Channel. So, Chad, I've told our listeners just a little bit about you. Would you take a brief moment and share a little bit more about your business and a very obvious passion for building some really cool rides?
My name's Chad Hiltz. I run a shop called Hiltz Auto Company. It's just starting now. As we've gotten the show, we've kind of started a team. Excited to build the cars that probably no one's ever seen before, and that's what I like to do. I do not have a favorite car. I do not have a car I dislike the most. The next car that I build is going to be my favorite because that's what my brain will be on. Yeah, I just build cars that I feel that fit the profile for the customer is what I do. People come to me and they ask me for a car. I will build them a car appropriate to their needs, I guess. As the show goes, you'll see that it doesn't take much to make something for somebody if you want to use your brain, Once you know that your brain is connected to your hands, it's a great thing.
Well, what you do it just amazes me. I mean, it's some pretty cool stuff. I kind of think of old school George Barris, some of the custom builds that he does of some of the things that you do. And no doubt the viewers are going to have a lot of fun watching what you come up with the way you create things. And I love that brain connected to the hand, connected to the hammer, connected to the wrench, whatever it might be. Well, this is very cool. As we continue on your journey, though, I'd like to start by asking you for some kind of a success quote or a mantra. Maybe this is something that has meaning for you when you get involved in your builds. It's a nice way to get the inspirational tires turning here on Cars Yeah. So, Chad, take the wheel.
I usually say those who beat to their own drum shape the world. And then what I mean by that, if some people don't understand, it's like if you see someone going down the road with some kind of crazy haircut, right? All they're doing is showing the perimeters of a haircut, like it's just kind of showing how far you can go and how far you can't go. Yeah, I just kind of live those who beat to their own drum shape the world, just because what else is there to look forward to but the future?
I love this philosophy of yours. Now, you would bring a pair of which I've got absolutely none. So thanks for that, pal.
Well, I'm losing mine at the present moment, so I'm going to join you. So don't be scared.
Yeah, we'll have the same barber, absolutely. But you are such a unique guy. I mean, you do beat to your own drum. You go your own path, and that's what I admire about you because nothing is conventional. Everything is an opportunity. Everything is out there, and I'd imagine that concept is really how you attack your builds. Is that right?
As we go through life as humans, wouldn't it be nice to do it your way? Do what you feel to do, and don't be swayed in any way. Be happy with who you are and what you want. And I'm able to do that in my builds. I'm happy with what I want, and I'm not swayed in any way. And as you do that, you beat to your own drum, and it really comes through when you're done.
Well, I admire you for that, buddy. It's really, really cool way to go through life. And so many people are so afraid to do their own thing. They think they have to conform to other people's ideas of who they are. And I really admire people like you that just say, you know what, this is me, this is what I do. I'm going to do whatever I want, and I hope you like it. And no doubt people do. I would love to go back in time and talk a little bit about a story that instigated your passion for cars. Go back into your youth somewhere, whatever that pivotal moment was when you knew you were going to be a car guy.
I really liked cars a lot when I was younger. I played with Hot Wheels. I loved Hot Wheels. As a kid, made you think. Was it going to spin the car? Was it going to jump the bridge? Or was I going to, I can remember playing with Hot Wheels. And then I can also remember watching the movie Grease. The car was flying in the air and Danny had Sandy and, everything was great. They were going to the future, right? I had no idea where they were going. I just decided to get my own Sandy, build my own car, and go to the future.
Very nice. I love it. Yeah, I too played with Hot Wheels, although I'm a little older than you, so some of my cars go back to Corgis and Matchbox cars back in the 60s, but I still have all mine. And I just had the pleasure of having a guest on the show here, Luis Rodriguez, who built a car that the Hot Rod Legends chose his car out of all these builds to build an actual Hot Wheels car, which is kind of fun. You think you'd like to have Hot Wheels build a car out of one of your creations someday?
That would be a great honor. There's so much imagination that comes with a Hot Wheel. When you show a kid a Hot Wheels car, that kid, there's imagination going on. When we skip that process and we go to phones and technology, they skip the imagination to me. When you're playing with a little tiny car, you imagine having a girlfriend. You imagine it driving through dirt. You imagine doing circles with it. You imagine it a different color. Like, there's so many things that are going on when you're playing with cars and stuff like that. When you're younger, you don't, time's going so fast, we haven't got time for that anymore. And as we don't realize, time is worth more than money. And I like things slow. And I like my cars funny and happy and all that sort of stuff. So hats off to Hot Wheels. I love to have Hot Wheels make a car of mine.
Well, I'm going to have their head designer and their head marketer as guests on the show here in January. I think I need to connect you guys because when I look at some of your builds, I see Hot Wheels all over them. So I think I need to make a connection with you guys. I would love to talk about some of the many roads you've driven down and talk about a big challenge or even a big failure you faced in your business, your career, life, wherever you want to go with this. But the most important thing is tell me a story that kind of pushed you to an edge there a little bit. But what did you learn from it? Because these things are wonderful experiences that help us gain even more momentum as we move forward. So share one of yours with me, would you?
As a young person, I've done many jobs. I've been many places, and as I would get bored or as I would not be interested anymore, I would get fired. As you get fired from job to job and it doesn't occupy you anymore, then you have to find something that you're good at. Like I tell my kids, if you are not good in school, make sure you become good at one thing only and become the best you can. Because once you do that, you will have a job forever. I don't care if it's tattooing or if it's picking rhubarb. If you are the best at it, you will always have a job and you will always be respected. No one will ever talk down about a good worker. So if you haven't got that in the brain, like most, let's face it, if you haven't got an A grade, you're not getting A money. When you get fired from job and you're on the low, run the school on the low end of the grade, when you get the low money, but yet you've got the want and the will, make sure you're good at something. That's what I've learned.
You sound like my dad. My dad told me when I was a kid, he grew up on a farm in Texas. Farmers work very hard every day. My grandpa once said, the reason I don't come visit you is my cows don't ever take a vacation. But my dad used to say, you know what? If you can learn to trade with your hands and get really good at it, you'll always have a job. Something that he always taught me. So you sound a lot like my dad there, Chad. I lost him last year, sadly, but he shared a lot of valuable wisdom, which is what you just shared there today. So, and more importantly, even than that, is find something you're passionate about to be good at, because then it doesn't feel like a job. It's something you want to go do every day, right?
Well, it does, like I say, when the boys come to work, you got to have a good life at home in order to have a good life here at work. And we can't go in and not be thinking about your girlfriend. You can't be thinking about your wife. Everything has to be good all the way around to get good stuff done. As we're working at here, we want to make sure everybody's in an up mood. We don't want we can't, and disruptiveness. We want forward motion. And as we build these cars very fast, and we have a lot of passion for it. But things have to be good at the home life before you get good in the work life. You can always tell as we're going along what's going on in our work program, because what can I say? Shit goes downhill, and when it's good at home, it comes good at work. So what I'm saying is, if your home life is good, usually your work is good.
Yes, that's true. Absolutely. Let's shift gears and talk about a big career aha moment for you. Sounds like you've had a lot of different pivots in your life, as we call them, changes in what you're doing. You've settled into what you're doing now, which I think seems to be the perfect fit for you. But was there a big aha moment and you said, you know what, going out, building what I want to build, building some wild stuff, that's the way I need to go?
I think we're on the right track, but I'm not there yet. As I'm going through this right at the present moment, there's a lot of things being said and a lot of things that I really don't look at myself that way. But as I'm going through this and I heard the comment, someone called me a Willy Wonka. Well, you know what? I enjoy that. That inspired me. And I'm going to show you Willy Wonka. I'm going to show you a Willy Wonka. And you mark my words. And that's from Bad Chad.
There you go. No, I have no doubt you're going to share a lot of Willy Wonka moments with us. And I smiled when I said that because when I introduced you, because you think about Willy Wonka, the chocolate factory. I mean, everybody wants to go have fun with chocolate and candy. And Willy Wonka was a guy who did it his own way. He did whatever he wanted to do to bring things to his customers, if you will. That's the way I look at you, Chad. Would that be the way you think about yourself?
I'm satisfied with that analogy. If I could live up to him, I'll be happy.
I think you're doing just fine there. Let's have a little bit of fun and talk about your first special car, truck, or bike, whatever it might be, and maybe share a memory you had of that very special vehicle.
I have a lot of special vehicles, and generally, I never I don't think about the past much. It's always about the car I've just done or the car I'm going to do. The last car that we done for an autism charity, it sticks in my brain because I go and look at it every day. It's there, sticks in my brain. I look at it for what it's built for, and I look at it for how fast we done it, and I look forward to doing another one and topping it. That's it.
Walk me through what that build was. Kind of describe it to me. Since we're on a podcast here, we can't see it. Describe to me what you built.
I took a 1934 or 35 Hotmobile. It was a four-door car, and I liked the front end of it. It was really elegant. It kind of reminded me of a Delahaye or Auburn, actually, an Auburn, I'm sorry. Kind of reminded me of an Auburn in the front end because the headlights were in the hood. Most 30s cars, the headlights are on the fenders. In this car, the headlight was in the hood. I really enjoyed that. So what I did is I cut it off the cowl and I stretched it 1.5 feet, 2 feet. And I made it's got a non-door on it. It's got no door on it with I call it an ant's bum.
An ant's bum?
Yeah, I call it an ant bum because it looks like an ant's bum. But it's come off a Ralph Lauren car. My sexy wife, Jolene, or soon to be, give me a picture of a Mercedes, an SK, I'm not sure, what was it? An SK Trocy. It's a Ralph Lauren car. It's a doorless car, and it's black. And I built the car off that car, but it's just kind of got that bum on it with no doors. It's a Roadster with a Duval windshield. It's got air ride, Hemi with 2 4-barrels in it. The exhaust exits the side of the car and goes down to the front fenders. The front fenders are got chrome, 3 stripes of chrome from front to back. The car is long and elegant. It's on white walls with wires. It's something that an aristocrat would drive. It's absolutely.
I love it. Let me ask you this, Chad. When you're coming up with these ideas for these cars, do you sit down and do sketches? Do you just start building? I mean, what's the process?
I look to the past, or I respect the past, and I look forward to the future. I respect all the cars that I've seen and that I respect, and then I just build something that I see. If I'm going to build a car for a golf resort, let's face it, you think of money. So I want to build them in a car. I would not build them a muscle car. I want to give them a car that would fit an aristocrat, something that's one off, something that's two off. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it kind of. I would like to build the car that fits the profile, and this car really does.
Very cool. I gotta get a picture of this. I got this whole thing in my brain going. So see how close you got me to the real thing. So you have to email me a picture of that. Very cool. Well, this next question, I ask everybody if there's a car in their past that they have a little bit of seller's remorse. But you've said a couple times here, you don't live in the past. You live in the current and the future with these builds. But is there a vehicle that you've owned that you kind of wish you had back, or does that not matter? Does that come into play?
Not a chance. That would be like taking a girlfriend back. What for?
Yeah, that doesn't work.
You know what? Sometimes if we used our little coconut, we would realize that a lot quicker and stop harming ourselves, wouldn't we?
Yeah, nicely said. Well, I would love to talk about today and tomorrow. Now, we're into the new year. A spectacular 2019 is here already. I can't believe it. Where did 2018 go? You've got this new cool show, Bad Chat Customs on Discovery Channel. What has you excited and fired up about what you're going to be presenting to us viewers about what you do?
I'm not really fired up and excited. I'm more nervous than anything. I'm hoping that everybody takes it well and falls in love with us. We have a family dynamic here that the world should know. We preach a good story. We would never lie to harm anybody. And we build the badass cars. Well, I don't know what else to say. I hope the world enjoys us. We'll try to give them everything we got.
Well, I think your true nature is going to come through here. I have a feeling. You know, you and I never met before we talked today, so I wasn't quite sure what I was going to get. I look at your persona and I think, okay, you know, a little bit of a stereotype for me, a guy who looks a certain way and builds cars. He's kind of this, but you keep surprising me, Chad, in a very, very nice way. I have a feeling you're going to be quite well loved and quite enjoyed by us automotive enthusiasts with this new show. I'm excited to see it. Can't wait. Debuts today, first of the year. What's better? Now, here's a very introspective question for you, Chad. This one's interesting, and I love asking this of builders, creative people, artisans like you. If you woke up tomorrow and you were a car, if you were actually manifested into a car, based on how you perceive yourself, what would Chad be and why?
I'm not quite sure. That would take a lot to answer, but I hope to be the car that you would want it to be.
Well, I have a feeling it's going to be very custom. It's going to be very unique. So I'm going to push you a little harder on this question because I want to hear what's starting to gel in your head. I know it takes a lot longer than just this little talk we're having today, but let's start this way. What would the power plant be for Chad? What kind of motor?
As long as it runs right, you know, as long as it sounds good, doesn't matter. One thing about me, as I know about the cars, that I am not prejudiced in any way. I like all the motors. As long as they work good, I'm happy with them. I like all the cars. Some I like better and some I like not as much. If I was to have one car, I would like to have the car from Reno. That would be a car called the Phantom Corsair. I love that car. That is a very great car. And the reason I say that is because you have to be great to inspire. And that car inspires me to the Tippy Toes.
Tippy Toes. Now, that's a very interesting way to put it, but knowing the car as I do, I get it. Yeah, those listeners are going to have to go and look that up. Google that car. Check out what Chad's talking about. I think you'll understand what he means by that. It's
a man's dream. How do you compare to one person's dream? How do you like, he has beat to his own drum when he built that car. And how do you compare to his dream? He died too soon, and I admire that car so much.
There you go. Nicely said. Well, Chad, up next is the last lap. Before we put the pedal to the metal, let's say thank you to today's Cars Yeah sponsors. Do you know the best way to protect your vehicle, both the exterior and the interior, is with a car cover? I've been using Covercraft car covers since 1975. That's right. 1975. It's a fast, easy, and inexpensive way to keep your vehicle looking new. Covercraft has been manufacturing premium quality exterior and interior covers for over 50 years with a stellar reputation for durability and design. They're the world's largest manufacturer of custom patterned vehicle covers that are crafted to fit over 80,000 patterns and growing. They are the only cover I'll put on my vehicles. You can choose from a wide variety of fabrics, styles, colors, and more. From full cover designs for factory to custom-made vehicles, plus convertible top covers, trucks, truck cab coolers, motorcycles, scooters, ATVs, trailers, campers, personal watercraft, and a wide variety of custom features. Covercraft is the right choice. Learn more today at covercraft.com and tell them Mark sent you. That's covercraft.com. Are you looking for a way to get your products or services into the ears of thousands of automotive enthusiasts around the globe? I can help. This is Mark Green here at Cars Yeah, and I'd be honored to be an influencer and ambassador for your brand in a unique and personal way. 5 days a week, thousands of subscribers and listeners enjoy the Cars Yeah podcast and website. Contact me today and I'll show you how at mark@carsyeah.com or connect with me through the Cars Yeah website at carsyeah.com. All right, Chad, we are back and we're entering what I call the last lap, a little bit of a lightning round here. I'm going to fire off a series of questions and ask you to give our listeners some very quick blips of the throttle answers. So here we go. What's the best automotive advice you've ever received?
Follow your heart. Don't worry about what everybody else says. Do what you want to do. This is your chance. It's called art. Do what you want to do. Follow your heart. Don't worry about what everybody else says. When you start following what everybody else says, well, then you become a follower.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that very much. Yep. This is your chance. This is your life. Do what you want to do with it. Be creative. Would you share one of your personal habits you believe has helped contribute to your success as a builder over the years?
Work harder than everybody else.
Yeah, there we go. It's that simple. I love it. There's that trait. There's my dad's words again. Nicely done. Now, how about a resource? There are lots of great resources for us these days. This thing called the internet is absolutely spectacular when you need to find things. Is there a resource that you would like to share that you think our listeners would enjoy?
I can't say. I have a beautiful wife that helps me with that. And what I say is every great person has a great person behind them. So get yourself a great person to help you. How's that?
Nicely said. Now, if I could wave a magic wand and arrange for you to sit down and have a drink with anyone in the automotive industry, living or deceased, who would that be?
Well, I look towards all the automotive men now. You know, I look towards everybody because everybody's beating to their own drum. Obviously, that's on TV in the present moment on Discovery. They're beating to their own drum and they're shaping their own world. You know, I'm just the team. That's all. But if I was to sit down and have a drink with somebody, I would like to have it with Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah, me too. I like to hear how that guy's brain works. Oh, my gosh. I think it's moving at a very fast pace with what he's thinking and what he's doing. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. Pretty impressive what he's building. Not just in the world of Tesla, but the rockets and all the stuff that he's... Yeah, I just keep waiting what's coming next. So that would be nice.
He would be an interesting man to talk to. Peter Mullen. I enjoy his heart for French cars and cars.
Yeah, he's been a guest here on the show. He was a very fun guy to talk to. Incredible collector for people that want to go back and listen to that show. It's on the Cars Yeah website. Yeah, the Mullen Museum down in Oxnard, California. Oh my gosh, talk about artwork. Yeah, if you don't get inspired by walking through that place, then your eyes are closed. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, very nice. Well, how about a book? Is there a book you've read do you think our listeners would enjoy reading as well?
I read a lot of car magazines, you know, Deluxe Rods, Rod Z's, you know, Hot Rod Magazine. Never really got into books. I was kicked out of school quite early, so I just kind of, you know, went my way and tried to find my spot. I found it.
You did indeed. That's okay. I've got lots of car magazines. I probably read more of those than books. There's a lot of cool ones out there. So we'll make sure, listeners, that we put all these resources on Bad Chad's Cars Yeah show notes page. Just go to carsyeah.com, type in Bad Chad, and that page will pop right up. All right, we are up to the checkered flag, my friend. This last question could be a bit of a doozy. Today, I know Santa Claus already came, but I'm feeling like Santa Claus, so I'm going to buy you any cool collector car that exists out there. But there's a couple rules to this game. One is you can't sell it to buy a bunch of other toys with or build a bunch of other things with. You got to keep it. Two is you got to drive it. I want you to enjoy it. No garage queens around here. I want you to take this thing out and have some fun. And it's the only real cool collector car. You can still build cars for folks, but this is going to be the only collector car you have in your garage. That adds a little bit of an extra point to the game here. But what can I buy you today, Chad?
And I just got to keep it and love it, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah, it's that easy.
Well, to be totally honest with you, I'd like you to buy us a brand new Suburban.
Okay.
That would make my soon-to-be wife very happy.
Nice guy.
It would tow our trailer. It would take us to the sports events when we want to go. We would look like we were classy. I guess that doesn't matter much. Yeah, that's cool. I like that part. I just like that it would be nice in the wintertime. We'd have four-wheel drive. You can leave the building the cars to me.
You know, you're a cool dude, Chad, because a very humble answer to that question. You would imagine after 1,196 people on this show, I've heard about everything to answer that. Some very heart-wrenching things of my dad's old truck and everything up to a Ferrari GTO. But something as simple as a brand new Suburban that'll make your new bride happy. I think you've already got this marriage thing figured out, my friend. That's very nice of you. So that I get you the right one, what color would you like? Or what would your bride like?
She'd like black.
Black. There you go. Very nice. I will get to work on that for you guys. Sounds like fun. Chad, you've taken me on a very fun ride today, bud. I have really enjoyed your stories. I feel like I know you so much better now. So when I watch your new show today and as it moves through the year, I'm going to go, I know that guy. He's a very cool dude. Could you give us a parting piece of wisdom or guidance before you and your bride, and congratulations on the wedding, drive off into the sunset in that brand new black Suburban?
Everybody respect the past and look forward to the future because you just never know.
There you go. Now, what's the best way for our listeners to learn more about you and your business?
You can go on maybe Facebook on Bad Chad or Bad Chad Customs. Jolene's starting to set up a little page there to sell T-shirts with Hiltz Auto Company on them, that sort of stuff. We're trying to get ready. Also, you can see on YouTube, we have a bunch of videos that we shared. And that's how we became our way, you know. You can learn right from the beginning on YouTube how Discovery found us and why we're at where we're at today.
Perfect. I'll make sure I put a link to that on Chad's show notes page. Listeners, you can also find Bad Chad on his new TV show on Discovery Channel, Bad Chad Customs. Viewers can also catch the current season, I should say, on Bad Chad Customs on the Discovery Go app. Free with your paid TV subscription. Listeners, you can find everything that Chad has shared on his show notes page here on the Cars Yeah website. I'll make sure to put links to how you can get a hold of him, how you can watch what he's doing. You can get your hands on some of the cool things that his lovely bride is going to put together for us. Chad, thanks for being so generous today with me, with your time, your expertise, and for sharing your experiences with our listeners. Congratulations on the new show, Bad Chad Customs on Discovery. Can't wait to see it tonight. Until you and I talk again, I'm going to see you down the road.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. Take care. Here's to the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. You take care of your cars, but who takes care of your investments? Tune-ups aren't just for engines. Updating your financial plan is important too. Your GPS may take you from A to B, but it won't help you on the road to financial freedom. For that, you need a good co-pilot and a very trusted advisor. Chris Kimball, CFP, is just the man for the job. He'll guide you down that road without driving you crazy. For over 25 years, Chris has helped people just like you and me with their financial planning and investments. With a master's degree in financial services, he is eminently qualified, and he's a car guy too. Learn more at chrisvkimball.com or call 866-ON-A-PLAN. Securities through Money Concepts Capital Corp. Member FINRA SIPC. CK Financial Services is not affiliated with Money Concepts Capital Corp.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's ride here at Cars Yeah. Drive on over to carsyeah.com to find show notes and inspiring automotive fun. Download your free copy of Filler Up, a fun book filled with gorgeous photographs of fuel filler fun, including quotes from more inspiring automotive enthusiasts. Download your copy today, and we'll see you next time on Cars Yeah.